Mumbai or Delhi, investment or end use, time to buy property or sell it. If you have a query about buying, selling or investing in property across the country, you've tuned into the right show. This is Property Hotline, the show that answers all your real estate queries. I'm Kavita Krishnan. Today our special guest is Akash Bansal. Akash is a director at Liases Foras. He joins me from our Delhi studio. Akash, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Kavita. Hi.
Hi. Let's get started with an email query. So Sunil Kumar has written in and he says that he plans to invest in the Pyramid at Panvel Hills in Navi Mumbai. Now the rate quoted for the property is 4,500 rupees per square foot. Possession is promised within 4 years. Now Sunil says that it will cost him 70 lakh rupees for 1,200 square feet. He wants to know more about this particular developer. He also wants to know what kind of returns he can expect in this location over the next 4 to 5 years. What is your view on this particular property, Akash?
See, this project is being developed by Garnet Constructions Limited, and they have around, I believe, 6 to 7 projects. Out of these 6 to 7 projects, 5 projects are on hold for some time. So, but if you talk about particularly this project is located at a very good location. This project is being developed in around 92 acres. Is the total land size, out of which on a part of it is being this pyramid project is being proposed. And see, this area is approximately 32 kilometers from Panvel, and it's very conveniently located from Mumbai also, and it takes only 40 to 45 minutes to reach Mumbai from this location. So from a location point of view, this is very good location. And even the builder tried selling some of the units in Dubai, and he did a pre-launch in Dubai and sold around 15 to 20% of the bookings in Dubai. So overall the project seems good, but only concern is he should look at the developer's profile, and he should look at the status of the construction in whatever phase they are proposing to buy any unit.
Question, because this is an under construction project from what I can gather. Tell me this, does this come under the NANA region? Because we do know that a lot of projects within the NANA region are facing problems as far as approvals are concerned. From what we've been hearing from on ground, only about 10% projects that have actually, 10% of the plans that have been submitted have actually been approved in the last 3 years. So does this come within that region? Will that be a concern?
This is a major concern in this area, and that is the reason the sales has been slow, and there's a huge supply in the pipeline. So that is why even the prices are not appreciating in this area. If even this project is facing the similar kind of problems. So if you look at the returns, like the next question he asked was the return over a period of 4 to 5 years, looking at the supply, looking at the slow demand and the sales, I believe over 5 years or so, he should get the returns in the tune of 20 to 25%, not more than that.
Okay, expect 20 to 25% return over the next 5 years. And Sunil, do ensure that you do a thorough due diligence. Get a lawyer to go over all the papers as far as this project is concerned, because like we just discussed, this is one area where approvals have been very, very slow to come. You wouldn't want to get stuck in a project that doesn't have all its permissions in place. Ranvijay Yadav has dialed in from Navi Mumbai. How can we help you, Ranvijay?
Yeah, good evening. Hi.
Good evening.
Yeah, ma'am, I have booked a flat in Dream AARADHYA project of Aditya Group. It's around 650 square foot flat, and it's coming around 37 lakhs. The rate which I'm getting is 4,900 per square foot, and it's in sector 8 of Ulve. So I would like to know whether I should go ahead with this project, or if you can suggest other under construction projects. I'm open to look into them also.
Okay, Ranvijay, what is your budget, and is this for investment or for end use?
No, it's for end use. I'm looking for a flat of around 35 lakhs.
Flat around 35 lakhs for end use.
Under construction, if possible.
Under construction, okay.
Yeah.
Akash, he's already zeroed in on a project in Ulve. Now this is the Dream AARADHYA project of Aditya Group. Now, is this a good deal? Should he go in for this, or should he look at any other options?
No, I think the project he has chosen is a good project. It's a smaller project, and that's a plus point when he's looking for the end use point of view. Reason being, when the projects are small, there are limited chances for the delays in those projects. And this project has only 28 or odd units. So, and the possession is likely to be in 2017, and the area, if you talk about the area is very well connected, and there's a proposed infrastructure, a huge proposed infrastructure like Navi Mumbai Airport, Navi Mumbai Industrial Area, and Nava Sheva proposed sea links. There are a couple of good infrastructure initiatives that are proposed in this area, so which will definitely boost this entire region. So overall, the project is good. Pricing is also good, and the location as such is a good. I think you should go ahead with this particular project.
Akash, we are seeing from our charts that prices have risen around 12% in the last 2 years. It's averaging around 5,798 rupees per square foot in Ulve at the moment. Are you seeing more growth coming in now that the airport is gaining momentum, and how much growth would you expect in the next, say, 3 to 5 years?
I won't say the growth would come in 3 to 5 years. I think upward of 5 years we can look at the good growth perspective in these areas. Reason being, all the infrastructure initiative which are proposed will take around 3 to 5 years time frame to come into the shape and start showing some result on the ground. So I believe upward of 5 years, if he has a timelines, he can expect good returns out of it.
Right, Ranvijay, that's your answer there. Good project, good price that you got, and it's a great location as well. Will benefit from all the infrastructure projects underway in Navi Mumbai. And 2019, in fact, is the promised date that the government has been putting out everywhere for all those infrastructure projects to come in. So expect a bump up in prices after 2019. Neer Samtani has dialed in from Pune. Neer, how can we help you? What's your question?
Okay. Hi, I'm 28 years old and currently residing on rent in Magicbricks city. This is my first major investment, but I'm not very keen on shifting to my own house already. So I'm thinking on investing in a commercial property, and my budget would be 70 to 80 lakhs. And now my question is, do you advise me investing in a commercial property, keeping in mind the risk involved in an office space, which is like not being able to easily rent it out or lease it out as compared to the residential space?
Neer, have you considered how you're going to finance this particular property? Because if it's commercial, you're not going to get a home loan over there.
Yes, I'm not going to get a home loan, but I can take it on my company's name. Like, I have my own business, so I can take a loan on my company's account.
Great. Okay, Akash, 28-year-old young entrepreneur on the line. He has his own business, wants to invest. His first major investment, budget is 70 to 80 lakh. Should he go into for commercial space? Will it be easy to rent out? And if so, what are the options available?
It looks good to hear that people have interest in the commercial properties rather than the residential. And I think in the areas like Pune or any other IT hub, it makes sense to live on a rental housing and then investing into the commercial properties. So talking about his investment point of view, I think I would choose two different locations. One is a Kharadi and another one is a Magarpatta. And Kharadi, because this is a ion-free zone and there's a huge potential of commercial development in this area. So if you talk about, there's a particular project in MIDC Knowledge Park area of Kharadi, which is known as Downtown Vista. So if you talk about regarding this project was launched in 2013 with the prices in the range of around 6,500 with a possession deadline in December 2016. So he can expect a good commercial leasing also in this particular project. Reason being that this area is surrounded by IT, ITS hubs. And the another project which may be in a Magarpatta, because he stays in Magarpatta, so it might be some easy to handle a commercial property also. So in Magarpatta he can go for a Marvel Figo, which is again going to be in possession in December 2016, and currently it's being 7,200 odd prices is being quoted on this particular project. So both these projects are a good project, but if you compare these two projects, I would recommend the previous one, because it has more IT potential rather than the other one.
Right, there's more IT potential. Also, one of the concerns that NEER has over here is actually leasing out the property. Now, we know that as far as commercial property is concerned, you also get pre-leased projects that you can buy into. So, would these projects that you've recommended, would these fit the bill as pre-leased projects, or would he have to actually lease them out? If so, how does he go about it?
See, it depends upon transaction to transactions, because if it is a pre-leased, then he might get a little expensive property, but if it is unleased property, then he might get a little better price. So it depends upon what is the kind of risk involved and what is the kind of risk he can take in choosing any commercial property. So from the locations point of view, we have zeroed down these two properties. Reason being, this has a potential to get leased easily because it has a ITS in the surrounding area. There's a good residential areas in the surrounding areas, so it has a good potential. So even if we go for the unleased property, it will be easier to get it leased.
Okay, and what kind of lease rental can he actually expect on these properties? We know that rental yields in commercial are far higher as compared to residential. If you could just elaborate on that as well.
See, presently, if we want to quote a particular price in both these locations, I think presently it should be ranging between 55 to 60 rupees, and the capital prices also of both these properties are almost similar.
Okay, so there you have it, Neer, that he's identified Kharadi and Magarpatta. The projects were listed on our screen. I hope you've seen the projects and made a note of those. Like Akash just told you, these are areas that have a substantial amount of IT presence, and even if you were to go in for unleased properties, it'll be far easier for you to find tenants for these properties than in other locations around Pune. So here's what we can tell you. Go ahead, go out into the market, shortlist a couple of properties. Like you said, it's your first investment. You should not make that in a hurry. Shortlist some of those projects and come back to us with a list, and then we will help you narrow it down further, right? Thank you very much for calling in. Aditya Nath now has sent a query on our website. Let's answer that, Akash. He says that he wants to buy a 3 BHK flat sized 1,730 square feet in Sai Vatika at Sector 63, Faridabad. He wants to know if this is a good investment bet and what are the future prospects of this particular project. What would you say, Faridabad?
See, from an investment point of view, I won't recommend Faridabad as such because the market has been slow for quite some time, and even if you look at the sales, last year has seen only 600 or 650 unit sale in entire 1 year. But if you talk about this, because he has shortlisted certain projects, so I believe he has certain things in mind. So, so this project is basically a completed project. This was completed in 2015. But this is located slightly away from the developed portion of Faridabad, and it is surrounded by the industrial and other bypass road, etc. But it has a huge competition from other developing areas, which are Neharpar or maybe the new Faridabad area, which we talk about. So there's a huge good demand supply of reputed developers like Puri, BPTP, etc. So they are coming out with a huge supply of residential units. So and the prices in this particular project ranges between 2,700 to 2,900 rupees a square feet. If he is looking at the end use and he is working in the surrounding industrial area, or if he is targeting those people who are actually working in those industrial areas, so it's a good bet. But if he is looking at the investment point of view, I would recommend the other developing areas instead of this particular project.
Okay, not a great investment destination. However, if you're looking for end use and you have zeroed in on it, the good news is it is a ready possession project, ready to move in project. So you can actually consider it. Email query next. Samar says that he has a family-owned non-agricultural land in Alibag near the ST depot. Now it's approximately 13.1 guntas in size. He wants to know what the land cost will be if they sell it. He also wants to know if this is the right time to sell, or if he holds on to it for a while, will he get better returns? He's got land in Alibag near the ST depot. Why would anybody want to sell it? What would you say?
Absolutely, it's a very prime property because Alibag is a tourist town. It's a tourist hub, and it's a coastal area and very well connected to Mumbai, and most visited place from Mumbai. So, and the property that he mentioned is considered as a city-centric property. So you don't get similar kind of properties available on sale, and the other side is there's a limited demand also because of the prices, etc. So you won't get a similar properties in the same area, but if you look at the areas around 2 to 3 kilometers, the prices ranges between 1300 to 1400 rupees a square feet, and if you go somewhere around 8-10 kilometers, the prices ranges between 530 to 850 rupees a square feet. So the property, if you talk about particular this property, should he hold it or should he sell it? So if that property is in the developed location, so there is a very little chances of speculative increase in those properties. So I would recommend either if he's getting a good price and he's not happy with the current kind of returns with a stable income, so he should sell it. The second question is, he might not get a buyer for these properties because the size is big and the prices are high. So he may also opt for joint development or a joint venture with a particular developer who comes in, develop this property and share revenues with the landowner.
Akash, also, Alibag is technically, it is far away from Mumbai, but there is talk of linking it with the mainland through a trans-harbour sort of link or through ferry services. We already have ferry services. There is talk of increasing all those ferry services and all. And for the longest time, Alibag is being considered as a place which could be used to decongest Mumbai in that sense. So keeping all of that in mind, would you think that he should actually go ahead and sell a plot, and that too it's a non-agricultural plot, or hold on for another 3 to 5 years, because looks like there is some movement on infrastructure projects in Mumbai at this point in time?
See, when the infrastructure improves, then the most chances are that the unspeculative properties, like the developed properties, they don't increase much. It's largely the suburb areas which develop faster than the central areas. So the central areas grows at a limited pace of around 5-6% or a 7% per annum growth rate. So that is the reason I am recommending that it's better not to sell. Maybe he can do a joint venture or a joint development. So when the infrastructure comes in place, then he can also get a benefit out of it, because the developer or any buyer is not likely to buy this property right now. So they may come up as a joint venture or a joint development partners.
Right, that's a fairly large piece of land that you have over there, Samar. So better that you opt for a joint development or a JV with a developer rather than try to sell it. You may not find too many buyers for that kind of land. Website query next. Harjeet Singh says that he wants to buy a 3 BHK plus a study room in Greater Noida West. His budget is 50 lakh rupees. It is for end use. He has shortlisted Amrapali's La Residencia, Valencia Homes and Royal Nest. Now he wants to know which one he should choose. He wants suggestions of other ready-to-move-in properties or those whose possession is expected in the next 6 months. That's key in the NCR market, isn't it, Akash?
Absolutely. And when he's looking at a ready for the end use point of view, it makes more sense to go into for ready to move in properties or nearing completion properties. So if you talk about this, all these 3 properties are in Greater Noida West, which is a Noida extension area. So there's a huge supply. So it makes more sense to get into a ready to move in or a nearing completion properties. So these 3 properties which is shortlisted, like one is Amarpali, and the possession of this Amarpali project is, I believe, is in somewhere around 2018, and which is in Tech Zone 4. And all these 3 projects ranges between 3,200 to 3,500. So the prices are almost similar in the entire area, and most of these properties would come under his 50 lakhs bracket. So talking about these 3 projects, Amarpali has a possession timelines of 2018. Valencia is nearing completion, and the possession is likely to be in 3 to 4 months. And if you talk about Royal Nest, the possession is likely to be in a year's time frame. So out of these 3 projects, I would recommend him for the Valencia project, because it is nearing completion and the possession is likely to be soon. So I believe he should choose for that particular project.
Okay, so that's what you should choose. Moving on, we have a Facebook query now. Satyabratananda says that he plans to buy Prestige Lakeside Habitat on Vartur Road, Bengaluru for 5,100 rupees per square foot. He asks if this is a safe bet. You know, Akash, I'm finding it very interesting how people have obviously been looking for a lot of people have been house hunting in the last couple of months. They are slowly making their lists, and they're coming back to us to see whether or not, you know, they should be actually buying into this. They want expert opinion. Go ahead.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I believe this project is a Prestige Lakeside Habitat, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, this is Prestige Lakeside Habitat on Vartur Road.
Yeah, right. So, see, Prestige being a premium developer, so there's a limited risk of delays and other approval things, but definitely he should check the approval status of whichever project he is putting money into. So, if you talk about the project, this project is being developed in around 102 acres and with a mix of apartments and villas, and it has a scenic view. It has a scenic view towards Vantur Lake. So, and also the project has a close vicinity of Disney theme park, Whitefield, Sarjapur. So there is a huge employment generation in and around this area. So I believe the project is a good and it has a huge potential. So it might not be recommended for the immediate livability, but in the time frame of around 4 to 5 years, the project, this area is going to be a good residential area, and it has a huge scope in the in a long term.
Immediate livability might be a question. Also, do remember that Vartur Lake, we have seen a lot of pollution-related issues. This is one of those lakes where there have been, the lakes have been foaming because of increased pollution. So that's another thing that you will need to consider. Also, very quickly, Akash, there is a lot of these lakeside constructions that have been coming up, lakeside projects that have been coming up in Bengaluru have come under a cloud after, the NGT order regarding the buffer zone that developers need to keep between the project and the lake. Now, is this one of those projects that could be affected because of this?
It depends upon project to project, but looking at a Prestige background and looking at the kind of development they have proposed in other parts of Bengaluru, so I believe they would have taken care, they have already taken care of all such aspects. So in any case, a buyer should definitely check out the master plan of this entire development and then take a cautious call while he is keen to invest into lakeside development. So there are pros and cons of being located along the lakeside. So all these pros and cons should be addressed before investing into any property.
Right, and at this point in time, if you're buying in Bengaluru, especially near the lakeside, you better be checking that master plan very, very closely. In fact, you'd be better off getting a lawyer to do a title search for you to ensure that everything is in order. Because as we know, there are a lot of demolitions happening of structures that have been built on lake beds and on stormwater drains. So that's something that you will need to check out. Bharani Dharan tweets in his question. He says that he plans to buy 3 BHK sized 1,500 to 1,700 square feet in and around JP Nagar in Bengaluru. Now his budget is 85 lakh rupees including registration. He wants project suggestions. JP Nagar, where should he buy? 85 lakh rupees budget.
JP Nagar is a developed residential area. It's being promoted by a development authority, and it has a very good connectivity with other developed areas. However, it is around 8 to 9 kilometers from Bangalore. But if you talk about the projects which will come in to his price range, I would recommend projects like HM World City, Mahavir Jaipur, Mahavir Meridian, and another one is Arya Hamsa Grand. So all these projects ranges between 4,200 to 4,700 rupees a square feet with a possession timeline. One or two are nearing completion, and another one would be in 2017 or 2018. So, like all these projects can come up in his price range of around 85 lakh rupees.
Okay, so that's quite a laundry list of projects that Akash has put out for you. With that, that's it on today's episode of Property Hotline. Akash Bansal, thank you very much for joining us, for answering all those questions. And if you have any questions related to real estate, It could be anything. It could be related to buying, selling property. It could be related to home finance, taxes on real estate or legal issues. Do get in touch with us. Numbers flashing on your screen over there. We'll get the country's top experts to answer each and every one of them. That's a promise. Thank you very much for tuning in. Keep watching Magicbricks Now.
You can watch live TV on our website mbnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/MagicBricksNow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at MagicBricksNow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/MagicBricksNow.